Nice screen there, really good screen. So this one we supply comes with Match Them Up. So we do have The Legend of Zelda, Breath of the Wild. Yes, that is Peggy 12. Before we get into today's video, I would like to take a quick moment to thank today's sponsor, Raid Shadow Legends. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, Raid Shadow Legends. Happy birthday to you. If you don't already know, it's Raid's 2nd anniversary. It has been 2 whole years since Raid launched, and it is now bigger and better than ever. One of my favourite things about Raid is the different ways in which you can level up your champions. So after you have battles, you can win different kinds of armour which you can use, or you can get tomes from the battles, or when you go to the portal you can actually summon a new champion with a shard. You can either work on that champion and build them up, or you can actually sacrifice them to melt them into the other character and level them up. And my champion Elaine is now at a level 16 and she is such a badass. This month is Raid's 2-year anniversary and their schedule is absolutely jam-packed with amazing events. They've got 6 weeks full of amazing anniversary tournaments and events, and they run from March the 1st all the way up to the middle of April, and there's some absolutely fantastic prizes to win. They are launching their first ever Clan v Clan tournament, which allows players to compete against other clans and to see how good they are and who comes out on top. They're also releasing the first champion in the Shadowskin faction, which looks so cool. Raid is already a really big, well-established game, so if you were thinking about getting on board, then now is the time with all these offers for their anniversary. So if you want to get ahead in Raid, all you've got to do is hit the link in the description, scan the QR code that is on the screen now, and you will get your free champion, Jotun, 100,000 silver, 50 gems and 3 ancient shards, so you can summon some more champions as soon as you get in the game. And this fella right here is Jotun, the champion you'll get for free, who I've heard on the grapevine is pretty good in the Doom Tower. So if you just click this little box here, that is where you will find your rewards for the next 30 days. You can find me in the game under ASMR Angel. Predictable, I know, but all you've got to do is click the link and I'll see you in the game. Hey, can I help? Yeah. Okay. What do they already have? Some consoles? Okay. What are you looking for specifically from this one? Okay, so you're wanting something that can travel easily. Well, no, a PS5 would not travel. If you bear with me one moment. Okay, so have you heard much about the Nintendo Switch? That's not a problem. So you can have single player on the Nintendo Switch. I'll take you through all of its features and things, but you can have single player, or you can actually have games where you can turn the little joypads on the side into single players for people. I'll show you. It's actually really versatile, which is one of the things I love about this. So this is the Nintendo Switch itself. So it's got a really nice screen there, really good screen. So this one that we supply comes with a screen protector, a toughened glass screen protector already on. So it sounds kind of plasticky, doesn't it? It's actually toughened glass though. This is the unit itself. So that's the size of the unit. On the back here we have a little stand, so that can just be stood up on a table or something. Now, where that comes in handy, so obviously you can play this just as you're holding it now. So you've got the little buttons on the back, ones at the top, and these are very tactile. They're really nice to feel, aren't they? And they're quite sturdy. So you've got the back buttons, and then you've got a nice little pad there, and then the power button, and also these got the little plus minus, those are buttons as well. So this is one way in which you can play it. You can hold the console like this and play it. However, this can be a little bit heavy for little hands, a little bit big, so this is one of the smart ways in which you can change. So you see that little button on the back? Push that in, slides right out. The same with this one. So as you can see, the unit is now a lot smaller. So if you have a little table, you would rest it on the table like so. Obviously without the pads on the side, because you wouldn't be playing it while it's on the table. This is the clever part. So if you get this, obviously you said your kids had a PlayStation 5, they will be familiar with something like this. They will be familiar with holding this. Now these slide in either side. Really nice and easy to just glide in there. And there you have a nice joypad. Really comfortable, ergonomic to hold. So you can have the Switch screen on a table and you can just play it. Now this is for a single player. So just like when these are hooked up to the main unit, the screen, this is for single players. If, like you said, you are wanting the children to be able to play games at the same time, take these back out. Don't a little feel that? It's comfortable, isn't it? It's nice and soft on the hands. I would say if your children are prone to dropping things or throwing things when they have lost a game, I would suggest maybe investing in. You can actually just buy a joypad that doesn't actually have these in, and they are slightly cheaper than if you have to buy these separately. So if your children, do you think it'll be fine with them, they can keep these. But if maybe they have sticky little fingers, then I would suggest maybe looking into, rather than the second set of these, getting a specific joypad for them. So if you're going to play 2-player games, got these little things now. So you will see on them, they've got a little plus and minus sign on the side there. What you want to do is match them up. So I've popped the minus with the minus. Got a nice rope there to keep it attached to the wrist, and again with this side, so these they can go on both, but what you want to be doing is not doing it that way. So the rope is at the top, you don't want to be doing it that way. You want to make sure, that's why you've got the plus sign on, you want to be matching them up. So if you flip them over, there's no plus or minus signs. So there you go, and we've got a little lock button on the bottom there, so you can hear that little click. So that means that this can't detach. So even if you push the button in, it won't go anywhere, you have to unlock it. And this is very important to notice, the amount of people we have coming back with broken controllers because they've forced them. So it shows you pushing up to unlock it. You just pull it down. It's almost like a pulling down and pulling out action. And as soon as you have done that, you can press that little button at the back. So it's always good to know that that little button at the back there is your release button. So whether you're pulling it out of the main unit or the joypad itself, you want to push that release button and it should slide out nice and easy. Anyway, once these are attached, you then have 2 little pads that they can play with. So the little strings there, they've got toggles on, so you can pop them on little wrists and just tighten them up so that they can play. And actually just do it on the right hand. This one would be the left hand, the blue is actually for the right hand. And you just play like this. So if there's any drops, it's not going to go anywhere. If you get angry and throw it, it's not going to go anywhere. So you would attach that one to the right, and obviously this one to the left, and then they've got similar buttons on the top, and then if we look at them this way, just ignore those ones. You've essentially got two identical controllers there. Okay, just get this back onto the unit. Oops. If you try and slide it off and you find that it's not sliding easily, just be careful in case you did actually accidentally put it on upside down. It should come off, but it just takes a bit of gentle wiggling. So I'm just going to put these back onto the main game unit. No, I don't think there is. No, there's no pluses or minuses to say which side. But obviously you wouldn't put this on. You wouldn't put it on like that. And if you go to put it on that side, then you'll notice that the letters are upside down. So you can see quite clearly that it goes on that side, facing forward, and the letters are the right way up. Okay, so the unit has its fan up the top, so it's important to keep this area nice and clean and not covered. We've got the speakers at the back there, the speakers, and then in the top is where we put our games. So they're very small game cartridges, which I will show you in a second. And then just to the right of that, probably the most important part, the headphone jack. It is a standard jack that you can pop in. I would recommend it because some of the game sounds, although I love them, can be quite repetitive and a little bit irritating. So, yeah, we've got, so you're wanting, okay, so how old are they both? And will any adults be playing on this? So we do have The Legend of Zelda, Breath of the Wild. Yes, that is Peggy 12. Okay. No, this one doesn't actually come. You'd have to buy this separately. A couple of others can come as a package. We can mix and match. Okay. So, we can do the Switch with a Mario game. So we've got two Mario games here. We have Super Mario Odyssey, or we have Mario Kart Deluxe, and this is 48 tracks of Deluxe Mario Kart action, and this one is up to 4 players. So you could have players online, so if you signed up for a Nintendo account, obviously you would only have 2 controllers. So this is a 2-player. The the Super Mario Odyssey is also a 2-player. We've got the only other one we've got is Animal Crossing. Now, Animal Crossing it is a lovely game, and I've got some friends who bought Animal Crossing for their children, and they're messaging me and they're like, oh, do you have an Animal Crossing account? Can I come to your island? Because they're addicted to it. I'm just checking here. People can play together on an island, single screen, multiplayer. Friends on the island can play together at the same time. So yeah, you can use the dual controls and play together. You will find with this one, you can get an island. So when you buy a Nintendo online account, I think if you buy 12 months, I think it's like $17.99. You can get an island, but it's only one island per Switch or per Nintendo account. So if one of your children wanted an island, the other one could play on it, but they would have to decide on the name of the island together, because they wouldn't be able to have their own island. But you know, you can have separate houses and things. Just trying to think ahead if there's any squabbles with them. But that is a lovely Peggy 3. It is a lovely all-round game. How would I describe it? You move to an island, and you start building the island, start moving friends in, you build bridges, there is a shop there where you can buy and sell things, there's a museum, so you can go fishing, catching butterflies, and you donate items to the museum. You can actually go in the museum and have a look around. It's a very relaxing game, actually, this. There's a part in the museum, it's just so lovely. And I think that's why it's captured the attention of parents as well as children. It's a really nice all-round game, this. I would highly recommend this one. For a little bit more fun, yeah, this is your game and the children's game. Maybe you might like one of these. Mario, I would say. This is almost a bit more tailored towards single player. This is more of competition, so you can play this, but you're not, it's not a split screen where you're competing against one another. You are, I think it's Mario and his hat. Use your cap to defeat buddies, launch into a jump. So yeah, you have Mario, and then you are Mario's hat, the other player is Mario's hat. So you work together as a team, whereas Mario Kart, obviously, yeah, you know Mario Kart. It's just classic Mario Kart, but updated, and it's a lot more competitive. Yeah, so one of the Mario Karts comes with the Switch anyway, so if you're wanting both of them, that's fine. I'll just pop all three in together, but you'd get this one for free anyway. They're the same price. I do. We've only got one stock. So this is the only one we have in stock at the moment. We do have some other ones. We have Animal Crossing specific ones, ones with different skins, but this is the only one we actually have in stock. The others have sold out. And this is the Numbskull case. It's like a hardened shell. So good if you get any drops and bumps. And inside you've got this area which is for the Switch itself. This goes over the screen to protect it. On this side we have the little slots of the game, so I didn't show you that. So these are what the games are. I know, huge amount of plastic for a teeny tiny piece of plastic. That's your games cartridge. So let's get it and slot it in there. And obviously there is space for 10 games in there. Then you've got a spot in the Switch for another game. In this bottom part is a nice little section for any cables you might want. So the charging, it comes with its own charging stand, which wouldn't fit in. It's quite a large unit. You can just charge it though. It's got a USB-C. So if you have a separate USB plug, which people tend to just have now, you'll have the USB plug and then you'll just leave the plug in and swap the cables, then you can store your USB to USB-C cable in there. So we pop this in here. Just want to gently let them like that. Now obviously if you don't have the end parts on, it's going to fall out, it's not big enough. So it is designed for the whole unit. It just flops over to protect the screen, and then you can fit your cables in there. And then you've got the gaming unit with the games in here. Now you can pop them in as well. So they can live in there, and then that will close and you've got them all in there. But the main unit wouldn't fit in there, and obviously the joypad wouldn't go in there, but this is enough just to take away with you. You could take the joypad, but obviously that is single player, and the unit, you don't need that unit to charge it. That is just a unit that you could put in somewhere safe to keep it when you're at home, and then you can plug it into your TV and play on your TV. But if you're just wanting something to keep in the car, then this has got everything you need. Obviously then just to plug and somewhere to plug it in. Okay, yeah, so you want the 3 games, okay. So we're going to go with... Are you wanting that? Do you think you'll practice while the kids are in bed? So we've got the Joypad, we've got Animal Crossing, Super Mario Odyssey, and Mario Kart Deluxe 8. Yeah, okay, that's fantastic. I'll get this all wrapped up for